All right. I know that you guys did the linebacker preview today going into spring, right?
Yep.
And, the guys on Gamecock Central have been putting up, position by position, deep dives going into the spring. And, look, there's going to be one more portal opportunity right after spring football. And you can add some pieces like we've been talking about wide receiver, maybe another pass rusher, defensive tackle, whatever, to add to the mix. But at the end of the day, unless you really hit a couple of things in the spring portal, you're going to be relying on development. You just are this time.
Yep.
And whether it's like you guys are talking about my man Fred.
JR, whatever we're calling him.
I just like Fred. Johnson or Jaron Willis, who he played 13 snaps last year or something.
Yeah, not a lot.
And year before he showed us a lot in November, getting heat on quarterbacks. And Wes and Chris were talking today about Willis had really shined in practice. He wasn't going to get on the field because the guy's in front of him. Matter of fact, Willis stayed this year. My guess is Willis stayed because he saw opportunity.
Yeah, no, he saw literally the entire linebacker room cleared out of the guys that were here and playing most of the minutes last year. And, now he gets the opportunity. And, again, it's wide open. We think J.R. Johnson kind of leads the way. We don't know. And, again, as Beamer says all the time, open competition through spring, summer, fall camp. And you hope they have the best 2 to 3 guys out there on the field when the season starts.
And, those 2 guys are depending on development. Also, the 2 transfer portal linebackers, Murphy and say it.
Okoronkwo.
Close enough.
Sure.
2 guys, again, they need to develop. They aren't guys coming in here with resumes of starting games and seasons of being a starter. So you need development with those 2 guys. Up front defensively, you got Dylan Stewart, which you got what's up there. Everyone else either has to develop from being on this roster last year, the last couple years, or the guys coming in need to develop because they're, again, dudes who, for whatever reason, didn't get to start at their other schools. So, again, that entire front 2 levels of your defense, you're depending on development, whether long-term, short-term development.
Chris says, let's reward a team with postseason play who lost 20 basketball games. It's stupid. Makes 0 sense. A wise man once said common sense is like a plant, but understand that it doesn't grow in everyone's garden.
No, this is
Here's the thing. I don't think they foresaw this when they changed the rule.
No.
Right? Because typically the SEC will get 8, 9, 10 teams in. We're saying, okay, we'll take teams 11 and 12 from the SEC, teams probably around 500 in conference. Solid, right? I don't think they foresaw 14 teams getting in and you're having to take the bottom 2.
All right, let's do something really quick. Because, Texter, you're right. It's ridiculous a team with that record would make the postseason. I don't think anybody would argue that. Not even Lamont Paris would argue with, boy, this is really ridiculous. But let's look at the SEC real fast. In a typical year, let's go by what you just said. In a typical year, a team, let's go with, for an example, this would, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just say you were looking at 10 teams in the SEC. Oh, heck, we'll go even farther. Let's even say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will go from 8 and 10 up.
Okay.
That's 12 teams. So even if you had a year like that, which would be record setting, that would mean Oklahoma and Texas, the 2 6 and 12 conference squads, who both are around 20 wins, would be the NIT reps. Today, the Bloodworm Moon, the Worm Blood Moon will be out tonight. The first lunar eclipse visible above the Palmetto State in over 2 years. Tonight's top story is the Worm Blood Moon.
Why is it worm blood?
Yeah, why is it worm blood, Dave? Help us out, Dave.
What's the difference between that?
I have to read. It's in the Post and Courier. Let me read the article.
You present us with information that you don't have full context of?
I think the worms come out because they go, hey, moon, red, boom, let's come out.
Is this like Groundhog Day?
Am I supposed to look for these
Where the
worms?
groundhog
How does this
pops out?
work?
Yeah, if the worms come out and see their shadow under the blood moon.
Does that mean summer's coming sooner?
Yeah,
Please.
6 more weeks of summer?
Yes.